I'm having a family dinner tonight and I'm making chicken stroganoff. That was the request, so that's fine, except for the fact that where the pasta comes in, I can't eat regular pasta. So I'm going to make egg noodles. Keto-friendly egg noodles, of course. I found some simple recipes on the internet and I picked one that I think will work, other than the fact that I had to tweak it a little bit because it called for gluten. It called for wheat gluten, and it said it was a vital element to hold it all together. So I'm going to add some xanthan gum. Hopefully that doesn't ruin it, but we will find out. This is one of my Keto Cooking with Cyndi experiments, so let's see what happens. Everything is going to be put in the blender, so you don't need a bowl, you don't need any of that rigmarole stuff, but you will need a pan that is either lined with a silicone mat, or some people in the videos have lined it with parchment. Some people have lined it with their pans with, what is it, tinfoil. Oh, there goes my mind. And then, so either parchment paper, either way, it has to be greased. If you use aluminum foil, parchment paper maybe not so much. With the silicone mat, you don't have to put any oil on it at all. So the ingredients are pretty simple. They're a couple eggs and an ounce of cream cheese and some seasoning. The seasoning will be garlic powder, onion powder, and salt and pepper. Pretty simple. So the items like the ounce of cream cheese, it needs to be at room temperature. Let's plop that in the blender. The eggs are also room temperature. So I'm going to crack those. Hopefully the shell doesn't go in there. Yay! Alright, and let's see how I do with the next one. Yay! I'm a professional egg cracker. Alright, so now I've got that in there. I'm just going to put what they say is a pinch of salt. There's a pinch of pepper, and a pinch of garlic powder, but who knows me by now? Who's watched my videos? Then you know I like garlic, right? Okay. So my pinch is a teaspoon. Oh yeah. Okay. And then a pinch of the onion powder. Boink. You could probably add some other seasonings to this. This is egg noodles of your choice. But that's what I'm putting in. And now I'm just going to put in a very small amount because I'm testing this. This is 1/4 of a teaspoon doohickey. And I'm probably going to even put a little bit less. Okay, so here we go. Boink. If this ruins it, I just make another batch. And then I've wasted a couple eggs and an ounce of cream cheese. All right, put your lid on. This is going to blend for about a minute because we want to make sure the cream cheese, even though it's at room temperature, gets really blended really well. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a peek. It's actually thicker looking than it did on the video on the internet. That's probably the xanthan gum. Alright, so I'm going to pour it in this pan before your very eyes. Every last inch of it. And now I'm going to spread that around the pan. Come on, spread. Do your thing. Kind of want to get it into the rectangular shape. Boy, I'm having trouble speaking today. And I'm having company tonight. That can't be good. All right, what do you guys think? Not bad, huh? For a first timer. And now I'm just going to give it a, even it all out. Shake, shake, shake. This is where you can dance in the kitchen. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, as long as no one's watching, we're cool. And that is going to go in the oven. Hello. It's going to go in the oven, 325 for, how long did they say? I'll be right back. Okay, got it. So 325, 5 minutes. And it says not to overbake. So I've got the oven preheated and it's going in there. All right. All right, so I got this out of the oven and it's cooling. But you know what I'm going to do? I've got the same ingredients in the blender without the xanthan gum. And I am going to try that and compare the two. See if this one holds together. So that's what I'm going to do right now. That did it long enough. And I have another, that went on all by itself. I have another pan prepared with another silicone mat in there, and I'm just going to pour this mixture in. This is actually a lot runnier. A lot runnier. It's not as thick. So that xanthan gum really thickened that up. I hardly have to do my shake dance. This is totally, I don't know if you can, sorry you didn't see me pour that, but this is pretty runny. Yeah. See that? So, this is going in for 5 minutes. Oven is still hot. Here we go. Okay. See how that goes. Okay. One of them is cooled. I got the other one that does not have the xanthan gum in it out of the oven. I have to show you what happened here. Okay, here's the first one. Okay. And then, oh my goodness, it has a hole in the middle of it. I think that was because it was so thin. So let me show that to you again. Ta-da! The test on that one is to see if it falls apart. So I'm going to test that out, and then I'll figure out why it got that hole in the middle of it. Probably because it wasn't so level, is my guess. I put the silicone mat in there, which probably wasn't so level because it didn't fit in there, and I had to tuck it inside. That's my theory. Let's bring this down a little bit. All right. Oh, I'm so close. Oh dear. Oh dear. Camera falling. All right. Well, this is the one with the xanthan gum. She used wheat gluten in hers. And it's just not peeling off of this so nicely. You know, somebody used a silicone mat and it peeled off perfectly. I mean, perfectly. But it was thicker. Maybe I didn't bake it long enough. You're going through this experiment with me, and I put it back in the oven. I'm gonna put it back in for 1 minute. Hang on. Oops. 1 minute. Let it cool, and let's see if it peels off better. My guess is it didn't cook long enough. Said 5 minutes though. So, just wanted to update you. We'll be back. Okay, we're going to peel this off. I started it. It did need to be cooked a little bit longer. See how that is coming off? ever so gently. This part is done, and this part is not done. I don't understand that. Well, alright, I got it off the mat. Okay, there it is. I'm putting that on the board so I can roll it up. This is the experiment. I'm rolling it. Alright, so now it is in a roll. You can see how thin the edges are, which I should have just cut off and not deal with how thin those edges are. Get rid of that. So now I have a nicer, see that, a little nicer. I'm just going to cut the noodles. And you could cut them to however thick you want. Like if I cut it that thick, the noodle is that thick, see? And if I want it thicker, I just cut it a little bit thicker. Okay, and that's how that works. I like my egg noodles thick, so I've decided to go ahead and give myself the thicker cuts of noodles. Voila. Okay, so we do have our noodles. We know that it works if you cook it another minute. I cooked it for another minute. I'm going to actually taste this. Not bad. You know what? It's good. It's actually good. Wow. I'm very pleased with the taste. I have to tell you, the taste is very, very nice. And looky, we have noodles. Okay, so I've let the one cool that doesn't have the xanthan gum in it. See that? On the mat. I'm going to move everything back a little bit here. All right. Don't fall. And I'm going to peel this off. This does peel right off. See that? So it didn't cook evenly. I have to cut that off. This is not done down there. But it's done over here. I'm going to have to cut this off. So I just cut off a slab. I'll go ahead and just roll that. And we'll get something out of it. There's one. I do want to taste this. This is an odd shape. You can't see me tasting it. Proof. It's in my mouth. It tastes just as good. It tastes exactly the same without the xanthan gum. Doesn't change the flavor. And you know what? It did hold together perfectly. Look at that. And that's without xanthan gum. You know what, guys? If you don't have xanthan gum, you don't need it. Look at that noodle. It's perfect. Except it was thinner. If it weren't for the fact that it made a big hole in the middle because it spread out because it was thinner, then it would have been great. This is fine for me. It makes a great noodle. It tastes great, truly. If you want to reheat it, my guess is just to throw it in some boiling water for 1 minute. Heats it up. Okay, so just to wrap this up, the taste is the same without the xanthan gum, and the consistency is the same. It holds, does not fall apart. But it is thinner, so you're going to need a flatter surface, maybe not a silicone mat that folded up like mine did because it didn't fit into the pan that I used. The other thing that I noticed was that it didn't cook evenly on both of these. So I can't explain that. It's unexplainable. Don't even try to ask. So the majority of it cooked, just pieces of the edge on one side did not cook fully. And I didn't want to overcook it because the rest of it was cooked. So you get the dilemma there. Anyway, that's the experiment, and I'm going to enjoy my egg noodles with the chicken stroganoff when the family comes over for dinner. Okay, so I would love to hear your success making this. Leave comments and let me know how it went for you, okay? Oh, dog needs attention. Bye.